Well, Ben Berkowitz, right? And then seek, right? Or see. I can't even write my own right. ClickFix.com. Why is it .com? You guys aren't making money. You're solving community problems. But see, as in you see something, you click on your app, and they get it fixed. And that's all you have to do. Could you do this with Congress now? That's what you can. But it's really, I guess the background of this is really a pothole fixer, right? So if I'm driving down on my bicycle downtown DC and I see a pothole, god damn, all I have to do is do your app. I see that thing and I complain right there on the app, and it gets to someone, and maybe something happens, huh?
82% of the time something happens.
Really? 82% of the time? Man, I'm not that good. yeah. 82, that's phenomenal.
And like the other 18%, you just meet some other pissed off neighbor who also wants to gripe with you, and that's better than that.
I see. No, and have a beer and meet your neighbor. That's right. So it's really a neighborhood thing. Now you say ideally is if your community, your county, your city, your whatever municipality should have this so that everybody could do it. But if your municipality doesn't, I could set it up for them in a way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can sign up your municipality, and we've actually seen residents go to city council with a presentation on ClickFix. I think of this guy, Rob in Emeryville, California.
Rob, first time caller.
Rob.
Yeah.
First time calling, Rob in Emeryville. We just had a West Coast workshop, right? So we met up with our government and citizen users on the West Coast.
Wow.
It was held in the police station in Emeryville, and the mayor of Emeryville gave the morning welcome notes, and she thanked Rob and the audience for actually bringing ClickFix to town. So
wow, no kidding. Wow. So this is, I know, I'm an illiterate, citizen or whatever, and don't know how government works. So I could really change government with this app. Show them what's wrong, and they really listen. You're saying 80-some% of the times they listen and something happens.
Of 2.5 million issues.
Wow. That's just an education right there. If anybody just tried it once. Right. See clickfix.com. I see something wrong. This thing is 30 or whatever. There's the playground is dangerous and all this kind of stuff. You just put it in, and if there isn't an email there that it's going to, you could Google your city government and get the email of the mayor or whatever the hell it is and put it in there. So he's getting it from you and other people that will see this.
That's it. But and if you're lucky enough to live in a community like DC or Oakland, California, or New Haven, it's the primary form of digital communication with your city. And so this very transparent way of communicating with your government and your neighbors about the way you want to see the future of your city is the default, right? That's a beautiful thing, and our goal is to make that ubiquitous.
Yeah. But it's still, it's not complaining about a policy, it's complaining about real stuff, right? What is your policy on Afghanistan? And you think government is that? No, government really getting your goddamn trash cleaned up. The real stuff. That's why mayors, I don't know if you saw this book, If Mayors Rule the World. Yeah, that's what that's all about. They have more in common than anybody, in Congress.
Well, they can speak across boundaries in a way.
Yeah.
Congress has trouble, I think, also.
Right. Yeah, we're into religion or something. I don't know what's going on in Congress. It doesn't seem like real problems to me. I want to start a business, have clean roads, and get downtown, and one app. And you guys aren't just kids at high school working on this, man. You've been at this 7 years or something like this now.
Yeah, that's right. We started in late 2008. It was a nights and weekends project.
Yeah.
I was trying to get graffiti off my neighbor's building. My co-founder had a bigger vision that paradigm might actually solve some problems.
Real problems, yeah. Well, that's and you're not really a geek. You taught yourself coding and stuff like that, but it really shows. I think your story shows how anybody could do anything, not only start a business to solve problems, but now you have an app that gets other people to do things to solve problems in our community. If we all sit around and pick our nose and do nothing, then we got nothing to complain about, right?
Right, absolutely.
And you make it easy. There's an app for that. But it's real. I mean, it's not like, thumbs up, thumbs down, these surveys you get from the political stuff. Who the hell cares, that this is real stuff. I mean, that pothole could be dangerous. That playground could hurt kids, and if elected officials don't know about it, and just think of you and 12 other people and your neighbors do the same thing, man, that's a quorum.
Yeah, seriously, these days that is a quorum. More people that show up to the voting.
Exactly. And it makes it so easy. Golly. So you're in how many cities now? Like 300 cities?
So we have roughly 300 cities that are official partners of Civic Fix. So we're the primary interface. And then we're in tens of thousands of communities where people have used it.
Just use it to do it, yeah. And what are some of the weird shit that people did?
So, well, I'll say the number one thing that's reported on the site is not potholes. It's illegal dumping.
Illegal dumping, right? Yeah. Like giving your mother-in-law on the front porch or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
No kidding, like paint where it shouldn't be or just trash.
Yeah, mattresses.
Yeah, I see.
Right? People have tracked stuff that is running in a river back to it's being dumped from.
Oh, wow.
We see lots of conversations about dangerous intersections from the driver's perspective, from the pedestrian's perspective, and of course the cyclist perspective, right? Especially as people are moving back into cities and modes of transportation are changing. There's a lot of conversation right now in terms of how we're going to design these roads for everyone. We see people talking about changing abandoned lots into dog parks.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, and it's happened. There are two places near our office that were not on Google Maps prior to See Click Fix, and now they're dog parks.
Oh, that's terrific. So the system does work if you learn it, huh?
I joke around that reporting potholes is the gateway drug to civic engagement.
I mean, is this also, does it take pictures or things like that? It does.
Yeah, so I can't remember the percentage, but some substantial percentage of the reports by citizens and by government officials come with a photo, right? So you take a photo of the problem.
Wow, that makes it easy. From the
government's perspective, it's easy for you as the reporter. From the government's perspective, it's substantially more helpful to have that data, right? If I'm saying that...
Right. I'm explaining graffiti or something is hard, yeah.
Right, well, yeah. It's actually pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
And certainly, if I can give you a picture, say you're going to plow an intersection or something, I can give you a picture of the actual scale of
the snow
that's built up or something like that. You can decide which truck you're going to roll.
Right?
If you should roll a truck at all. So there's real efficiency created in the visual data.
Oh, that's wonderful. So now, what you have anything planned after you've saved the world now, or you got a few more communities you got to save yet?
Yeah, we got to save the rest of the world. But so I mean, in part the plan is to make to create the level of civic engagement that we have in Oakland and Detroit and New Haven, everywhere.
Yeah.
We are a substantial amount of the resources, the product development resources at See Click Fix go towards building tools for government to help communicate internally.
I see. Wow.
I'd imagine, this was one of the things that surprised us. It was hard to communicate.
Yeah. You have to give them the software so they know how to talk to the people.
They have to know how to talk to themselves, right? And so there's been a lot of work in solving that, but we are working on more tools that will help the community communicate with each other as well. And so, it's one part social network and one part workflow system.
Yeah. But see, the social network, I mean, that's easier to get involved. And the thought of going to a county council meeting to complain about something, sounds like dentistry, But here, hey, here's my bitch, here it is, take a look, you dummy, can't you see?
When I don't know if you've been to a town council meeting recently, but I've been to some of these state and town council meetings. It's actually, it tends to if a lot of citizens show up, it's antithetical, and that's when the politicians take the opportunity to talk the most, so that they realize they have an audience.
I see. I see. They're campaigning. No, it is theater. It's wonderful. Well, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Ben. I'm glad you're there. You've been at it 7 years, and I'm sure there's a lot more work to go. So don't leave yet. And people should go to seeclickfix.com. Take care.